actor Ray Fiennes has come to the defence of JK Rowling, describing the trolling that she gets online as disgusting and appalling. The Harry Potter... excuse me, frogs. The Harry Potter author has found herself on the front line of trans rows, often unapologetically standing up for women's rights. Fiennes' fellow Potter franchise stars like Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson and Eddie Redmayne have previously spoken out against Rowling's remarks. But in an interview for the New York Times, Ray Fiennes said that while he understands why some people might be angry at the author for what she said, she is not some uber right-wing fascist. Let's go to you, Afia, then. Was he right to stand up for JK Rowling?
I mean, Ray Fiennes can stand up for whoever he wants to stand up for. I think what's problematic here is, yes, JK Rowling has come under a huge, intense amount of scrutiny and, at times, abuse from certain sections of society. Obviously, as a woman, she can stand up and express her feelings, but she shouldn't do it in the name of feminism. I'm a feminist, but I don't agree with things she says. She's purporting hate speech, which is really, really unfortunate. And I don't think, I don't think that's defendable, to be honest. When she's talking about trans people, when she's talking about their rights, when she's talking about how trans rights are a threat to women's rights. Actually, I think the biggest threat to women and women's rights is violent men. It's how she does it. It's how she does it. Everybody's entitled to an
very subtly,
opinion.
very dignified, very intelligently. She wrote a really good blog.
I don't know that she does.
It's an expression of
her opinion.
I'm just deeply nervous. This is the home of common sense and free speech, and it's really important that people can voice their opinions.
Absolutely.
Also, why do people think they have a God-given right to judge what you say? Surely you should be able to say anything.
But then why does she have a God-given right to judge trans people?
She would say that she's not.
She wants to.
So then we have that God-given right to judge her too.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
judge,
but not troll, and also stand up. I mean, let's go back to, for example, one of the things which was when there was one of these pile-ons, was after she took issue with an online article that had in its headline "People who menstruate," and she wrote, "People who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Wumben, wimpened, womad."
Yeah.
And that is where it all starts.
She's right.
And that's when
But she's spot on. Fiennes, Ralph, what's his name? Ralph
Fiennes.
Him.
Ralph.
Ralph.
Ralph Fiennes.
He shouldn't have to defend her because she said nothing that needs defending. I mean, this is JK Rowling. She's known politically to be somebody on the left. The mere idea that she's full of hate is clearly nonsense. Her opinions are more pro-women than anti-anything else. She's often talking about the wider gender issue rather than specifically just trans people. She's allowed that opinion. The hysteria, the pile-on that she has had, the threats of violence, the threats of sexual assault have been in another stratosphere. This is JK Rowling, a children's author, one of the most successful writers in our history, somebody who wouldn't want to offend anybody for one millisecond, has found herself as this figure of hate. And it's meant that the kind of hysterical bedwetting left have found a great target. They love a target.
Well,
and they can pile in. They can pile in unimpeded.
Yeah, I just wanted to say one other thing. The late Robbie Coltrane, who died, of course, recently, said her critics were waiting to be offended.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
I don't think I'm not defending the pile-on in any way. I don't think anybody should pile on anyone. I think that's the worst part of social media. This cancel culture and all that, I think is absolutely, it's not necessarily. There does need to be room for debate, although I absolutely don't defend hate speech in any way.